Go.
Streaming from South Africa to the world. This is the Stonks Go Moon podcast. What just happened? We break it down so you don't have to.
Welcome everyone to the Stonks Go Moon podcast. Entry-level hiring is broken, paper CVs, long queues, outdated assessments, high turnover. JobJack built a platform that automates recruitment for frontline roles in South Africa, replaces travel and paper with mobile apps, and matches thousands of job seekers to employers in hours, not weeks. Today, we dig into how you scale hiring automation in one of the toughest labor markets, what design decisions matter, and why this tech matters for growth, fairness, and economy. Ladies and gentlemen, my guest today, Daniel Martin. Welcome to the pod.
Thank you, Rocco. So good to be with you.
Daniel, I'm about this much away from telling Windows to F off and switching to Linux. It started yesterday, actually, because Windows forced me to update. I ran XP for like the longest time. I don't know about you. Did you also run XP for the longest time?
I was, and then I saw the light and became a Mac boy. So
oh my word! Okay, so you just took the off ramp early on. All right. So
yeah,
I should have done that. I was OG XP for the longest time, and then they ended support and they said, okay, so if something happens now, it's sort of on you. I'm like, okay. And then Windows 10 was stable, right? It was not the best, but it's like, and I'm like, okay, cool. Windows 10, we go. And then they said, okay, we're ending legacy support. And it's like, okay. Now I have to go to Windows 11, and I knew the problems and I knew the issues that I was going to get myself in, but nothing could prepare me. Nothing could prepare me. And this morning, my Windows File Explorer decides to open up and close randomly, just like I don't know what's going on. And
No.
I'm like, there's a very strong correlation between AI, when Microsoft starting to push AI, Copilot, whatever last year, and the Windows 11 rollout, and them firing engineers. This is what I think is going on here. And you just decided, okay, I'm not even going to do that. I'm just going to go Mac OS and be happy.
Yeah, I used to be on the Windows, and then I got my dad's old MacBook Pro from like 2012, and I was like, it was much, much older than all the like new computers I had, and I just said, if it works, it works. It's easy to use, it's enjoyable, makes my life easier, and it does what it says on the box. So let's go with that route. They're not without their own controversy though, so
Okay.
we can also chat about them, but that's where I took that off ramp, as you mentioned.
But in terms of the Android ecosystem, are you also on an Apple iPhone then?
I'm a full Apple fanboy.
Okay.
I have,
Okay. It's the walled garden. It's the sort of the ecosystem that you're in, right?
yeah, it's the Tim Cook kitchen that
Okay.
I'm in right now. So I have everything that they have under the sun. It's the Apple shareholders are quite happy with me.
But are you guys okay? We'll get to JobJack in a minute. But then coding, right? Is it easier to code for iOS because most of the apps that you see launched or first you see the iOS version and then it's like we were still working on the Android version and that's going to come, and but sometimes it doesn't even come. They're just staying in that ecosystem.
Yeah, it's a bit above my pay grade, but I think it's just based on how many active users there are there. So probably going to need to get more of a techie guy to answer that question.
No, it's fine, but surely do you guys have tech people inside JobJack or is it outsourced?
Yeah. Well, half of our company is actually developers, all South African guys.
Okay. So they're
we
screaming
like
at you
a
at the moment. You're going to have an all hands meeting next week to try and explain, or they've explained to
yeah.
you or how it actually works.
Yeah, they're gonna have to. Maybe I'll bring one of them on the pod the next time.
All right. So you guys automate hiring for entry level and high turnover roles, like we said. So what did the old model look like, right? And when you saw, okay, we can do this better.
Yeah, that's a great place to start. And the old model is still the current model for some employers around the country.
Yes.
And I think the big challenge and the big like symptom of it is a big CV box stacked with papers. You
Mm.
have poor talent teams, HR teams who are reading through thousands and thousands of papers every day trying to find their best fit or job fit individual. And so the old model is, it can really bleed the business dry. There's no specific line item on a financial statement that says this is
Mm.
because we're on the old model of recruiting, but it comes through absolutely everywhere with bad hires. And everyone knows how that feels when you have a
Mm.
bad hire and you're at the CCMA, you're doing disciplinaries, you have poor performance, morale's low, overtime is being clocked by your good employees. And so the old model is actually still very much alive, but we're trying to
Mhm.
disrupt that with JobJack and our profit-driven hiring model.
Okay. Is it the old guard still that it's sitting in HR and top level management sort of that's still doing this old way, or what is it?
I think it's a mix.
Mm.
I think sometimes you just need to get the job done. And so
Okay. Yeah.
oftentimes when I
Tick a
chat to
box.
people,
Tick
teams,
a box.
yeah,
Yeah.
they just need to get people into the business.
Jeez.
Leadership has given them the mandate to bring in people. And so they're spinning wheels, trying to get good, talented individuals to join, but unfortunately spending time on the wrong activity that could be,
Mm.
done for you with technology like JobJack, which is like screening and filtering and ranking. And so employers aren't spending time on the right things like talent sourcing and attracting the right people because it's a talent war right now. And
Yeah.
unfortunately, the people that are spending time in the trenches on grunt work that could be done by technology are probably going to be left behind, unfortunately.
I read one of your impact stories where two-thirds of users were previously unemployed and you guys helped them find employment. Tell me a bit more about that.
Yeah, so we have an amazing base of job seekers on the platform. Over 50,000 people have found a job through JobJack. So that's,
Wow.
just such a massive impact. And so it's amazing for a job seeker because there was a study done with the University of Johannesburg, and they
Mhm.
found that an average job seeker is spending about 900 Rand a month searching for a job.
That's
That's on
crazy.
CV
That's
printing,
ridiculous. That's
It's a
ridiculous.
lot.
Like
It's a
I'm trying
ton.
to make money
Yeah.
here. It's like I don't
Yeah.
I don't really and those people don't really have money to spend to make money. It's I know it sounds counterintuitive, but not everyone is building a startup here or wants to be an entrepreneur. Some people just want to work because they like working and they want to
Yeah.
put food on the table.
Yeah, and 900 Rand is unaffordable for most people. It's not
Mm.
everyone in the country that's trying to earn a minimum wage.
Yeah.
And so when you think about that for a job seeker, they're really looking for an accessible way to play. And so JobJack is the answer because we zero rated through a few mobile networks. They don't need to
Okay.
spend any data. They don't need to spend money on traveling. They can just, register on the platform, find a job. And then for employers, that means that the talent pool is massive because if you had someone that was a great fit but they had spent their 900 Rand and you were going to be their 901st Rand, they're not going to apply to your job this month. I'm sorry. So you're unfortunately missing out on perhaps a really good employee.
So is registration on if you're a job seeker, is registration on the platform free?
Yes,
And
completely
then,
free.
okay, and then on the other side, I'm assuming the company pays a fee to use the service.
That's right. Yeah. So we have an employer model.
Okay.
And so they can register on JobJack. We have core features that any employer can use. And then it gets really, really advanced with more advanced assessments. It goes to integrated checks, document management, contracting, payroll integration. The list goes on. But
Okay.
there's something for everyone really with JobJack. So it's a place to really find your job fit employees. And I think the big difference to every other platform
Yes.
is a conventional old school model of let's only do an assessment once they've done the interview, right? Let's see if they're a good fit at that point. But you've
Yes.
invested so much time. And so the disruption from JobJack is to say, why not do assessments on every single person that applies to this job? And so we've spent millions of rands developing our own in-house assessments built for the South African market. because we found that there wasn't anything available for South Africa by South Africa. And so
Okay.
we built an in-house industrial psychologist team so that employers can administer psychometric assessments to every single person that applies to their jobs. So imagine the type of insights employers can get into the types of talent and people applying to their jobs to find the best fit people who are going to stay longer, work harder, be more productive, and a little bit less naughty.
What has a little bit less naughty? What has the reception been from companies that have signed onto your platform? Is it because with anything new, especially like in industry like recruiting, that's been so set in its ways for a long time, and anytime you throw anything new, like a spanner into the works, or you set the cat amongst the pigeons, however you want to say it, there is a bit of pushback, first of all. And then some people are like, okay, but we've done this like this for a long time. We're not going to change it. So I'm keen to hear the companies that have started. What is the sort of the feedback there?
Yeah, it's a great question. So we have, some of the top employers across South Africa that have already taken the leap into JobJack, and I'd like to say can't live without it. And it
Do
ranges
it.
from
Do
retail,
it.
and yeah, do it. We have some of the biggest retail companies like Pep. We have some of the QSR like KFC, Food
Uh-huh.
Lovers Market, logistics like DSV. So, if you looked at our website, you see a lot of like logos, and it's nice to have those logos, but I think the impact is what we're after more. And, doing case studies with clients has been amazing to see that after implementing JobJack, they've had, really impressive reductions in staff turnover,
Ooh.
large reductions in disciplinaries, up to 68%, this one client had.
Gee.
Lots of time saved by the people team so they can spend more time on actually doing talent sourcing and attracting the right fit talent. And then plenty of hours saved across the board. So you can imagine the impact on the bottom line for any business, because, one anecdote is that this one business was replacing so much staff that they had a monthly bill of 30,000 Rand a month just to replace uniforms, because each person gets a new uniform, and they ended up saving that amount because their turnover dropped so much with
Amazing.
JobJack.
A retail space, right? That's, to me, sounds like the most logical sort of industry here, that because it's not high turnover, but it's high hiring volumes.
Yeah, high volumes, entry level. So, in the retail space, you can look at, multiple different types of businesses there
Hmm.
where, you really need great fit employees. And because your margins are so tight, you can't afford to have high turnover, and you can't afford to have just this revolving door policy of staff
Yes.
coming in
Yes.
because of the impact. But it goes to the restaurant industry as well, merchandising, logistics.
Petrol
They
industry,
face yeah,
forecourts, because they hire a lot of
exactly.
people. Yeah.
Yeah, lots of people, and it's not just about lots of people, but it's the right fit people
Yes.
at the end
Culture
of the
fit.
day. So
Culture
that,
fit.
um, yeah, so that you actually get the best fit people who, can fit the bill, are going to be like that great employee that, really grows the business.
Awesome. So obviously, how long have we been operating in South Africa?
Since 2017, so
Wow, that's a
like
long
about eight
time.
years now.
That's a long
Yeah,
time.
yeah,
And
yeah. So
okay, so what did we do in those 8 years? Was it sort of like making sure everything is in place to get to where we are now? Because you're now is this where I see you guys, okay, you're now taking off. So usually we see this little piece of where you are now, but we don't see the 8 years that it took to get you here.
Yeah, it's a great question. And, speaking to the founders, it's been a lot of time spending building the product to solve our clients' problems.
Mm,
And so a lot of effort and money and time has been spent getting the
mm,
platform to a place that, we're very confident now to sell and push and share, because we're very
mm,
confident in the results that clients can get using it. And so now we're working to, sell to clients, bring them on, let them see the joy. Because once you start to use JobJack, it's hard to go back to the old model. It's like seeing the light for the first time. I would struggle to leave a MacBook now. I'm not saying Mac's better, but I'm saying it's a great. For me, it fit the bill, and it would be hard to leave it, and it gets the results done for me.
Okay. And let's say you stabilize South Africa on a great growth trend. Any plans to scale up into Africa, perhaps?
Yeah, so we actually have a client now that they're quite a large restaurant company in South Africa, very recognizable. They're bringing us across all their stores in South Africa, and now they want us to go with them into the rest of Africa as well. So next year we're planning in a few quarters to start expanding there, but there's so much left to be done in South Africa as well. But once you solve the problems and you have like a core functionality that gets the job done, you can really start to address that in every market where there's a real struggle to find the right fit employee.
Because the tech is international. It's tech built locally, but for the international market.
Yeah, it could fit the bill. So there's a lot of work that still needs to be done to make sure that, we can address the needs in those markets as well. And so, I'm not going to sell the dev team because they still need to do a lot of work to make sure we're ready for those countries. I know I'm going to get a message after this. But,
all hands meeting. All hands meeting. How does coding work in Android and then
So, but we going there. We're keen. And there's a lot of opportunities still left on our door.
Awesome. Daniel, thank you so much for joining me today. If the listeners want to go and connect with you and find out more about JobJack and where they can maybe apply to get hired or upload their CVs or get connected, and also on the flip side, businesses that want to onboard you guys, where can they find you?
Yeah, so if you're a business that's keen on JobJack, you're welcome to go to our website. It's jobjack.co.za. Fill out a form there. Otherwise, send me an email, daniel.m@jobjack.co.za. If you're a job seeker, it's so easy. You go to jobjack.co.za and you click register. And then once you set up your profile, you'll be able to see all the available jobs across all our clients, and you'll be able to apply to those ones and in a much more accessible and affordable way. So I really encourage all the job seekers listening to go ahead and do that.
Is there an app? Or is it online?
So it's mobile. It's a mobile-based. So we don't have an app just so that it can work on every device that has access to the internet.
It makes it easy for everyone. Thank you so much for joining me today. We'll put the links in the comments. And to our listeners, peace, love, and prosperity. We'll catch you on the next one. Cheers.
We just slide, into a dark step inside. No good, but more right. Know the code, don't hide. Street flash, phone beat, no pause, just beat. Eyes locked, beat tight, no sound, green light. We don't talk, we just lie. 10 to dark step inside.